Okay, our first poet coming up is Mr. Jerry McGuire. Jerry McGuire was born in Stuyvesant Falls, New York. He has taught in a number of universities, including as a senior Fulbright lecturer in American literature and poetics. Dr. McGuire's passion for the creative word is evident, creative world is evident whether he is working on a poem or teaching writing courses to students. The proof is in his success as a published poet, editor, and teacher. His art and his professionalism are the priorities in his life. He is quoted as saying, "It's all about taking care of the world around you. I know in a room of 20 students, I'm not going to turn out 20 Emily Dickinsons or Robert Frosts, but I can help students connect with the talent that is in them." With that being said, please welcome to the stage Dr. Jerry McGuire.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Jonathan, for your work. Anybody with any sense at all would have to hear this first poem and say, what is he thinking? And I can only say I'm not really responsible for myself. That's for eye contact, though. Nobody can see me and I can't see you. It's called An Elephant Jarred. A precious afterthought, wrenched from afar, and the heart of an elephant in a pickle jar, and his teeth on a string, and his balls on a chain, upon which the flies settle like rain, and his tusks laid out like a Viking prow, and heroic figure dwindling now. His tent flap ears and umbrella stand toes add up to a creature no one knows. We touch his trunk, his lashes and lips, his great gray brain. His liver swims and his juices drain. Once tall and terrible and quite protected, it's unbearable now to see him in pieces. Our eyes go spastic, our ears get tinny, our hearts are blasted and cathected. We care, go figure. See, see, see how the creature swims or flies right through us. He's not made of steel or lead or tin. He's an elephant of air, and we do care, and it's we who aren't protected. I want to invoke the philosopher who people who can't bear to read philosophy like. Heraclitus, who said, Panta re, everything is change. And I also like its obverse. Nothing isn't change, so you have to be careful what you're changing. This is the exception, a virtual website. A man who had fallen among shopkeepers and also among clerks, jerks, hacks, flacks, and quacks, and among petty malefactors and demographic bookmakers, among graft takers, among ball breakers and home wreckers and timekeepers. This man took to telling himself that he stood out. He was no clock puncher or hog butcher, no commercial bootlicker, digital finger cracker, stooge gopher, or blowboy for the bosses. He had never stooped to squealing, shilling, spilling his guts, or stealing secrets for the corporate Gestapo. No, he was pure of heart. He could walk through the valley of the shadow of the new Nazi architecture and breathe clear and never flinch, look into those walls of shimmering bronze glass and see among all the downturned eyes of the sheep, bugs, and slugs, the lackeys, the toadies with beepers, the nerds, noodles, and nobodies creeping there, his own face upturned, eyes defiant under that glare and shimmering themselves among that herd of toilers, exploiters, and despoilers, forest defoliators, bankers, junk retailers, liars for fee and liars for free. He saw himself high above the crowd, a visage and a voice, no dope, dupe, dumbbell, dog, or drone, no doppelganger clone of management administration could take for one of them. He thought the world should be an oyster you could eat raw without getting sick. And he thought the thugs, goons, apparatchiks, bobo and bimbos dangling from their strings, the gang bosses, section chiefs, heads, chairs, directors, squad leaders, presidents, first and second and executive secretaries, everyone who ever roped off awkward paths to walk through in a line, everyone who ever said, sign here and here, everyone who ever said, you'll have to go and get the right form then, won't you? Everyone who ever said, I'd be happy to, but they won't let me. Everyone who ever made a secret list of names. They were what stuck in your throat and made the whole thing come back up and spread out around us this way so that the world looks like a junkyard and smells like a death ward where the inmates tear each other and themselves and then cry themselves to sleep in front of the TV, or even worse, find a way to bribe the nurses for some paper to write it all down on, then fall asleep with a smile, dreaming that will show them, that will show them. Pretty quick. This will be a Valentine for all of you. And a happy, happy one to you. Happy soft skin and hair loose in moonlight, high sky, breeze soaked in lilac. Just lie in the driveway and let the stars run over you. A kind of happy giveaway, a cosmic game show with no questions, or one big one you don't have to answer. One day, both with taboo solemnity and a license to strip and skip throughout the house, a bleached hippopotamus Nijinsky, elegant, farcical, crazy, and sublime. If you do it right, a day like this makes all those tedious cliches, long stem roses, long stem glasses of smoky gigondas, 100 candles and red satin purring on the bed, run and jump and skip and pause in midair like Nijinsky in the woods behind his dark asylum. Light-hearted in his art and wound up with a crackpot's torquing objectless love, his body found itself young again, supernatural, cocked, and ready to dazzle anyone or anything that wandered near. Let's do it right. Let's wind the world so tight that everyone everywhere will feel its tension grow until it blows off all its gravity and they're all spinning, weightless and ecstatic. They'll all say, those people know how to care wildly about one another. Those people really can love each other and play. They appear to know something about joy and being tender. For those people, some of them at least, each day, how funny is Nijinsky Day. This is so fine a way of being happy, it might be good even to throw ourselves onto the pile. Is it possible they're learning to be human after all?